save. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the chef, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
Keep me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money, money.
Call out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find the things in my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me, no, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? It is Alex, the fantasy football hustler, back at you. And oh yeah, we got another Q&A session. Let's get down to biz. What's everybody smoking on out there? Let's see who's up in the chat bright and early. Shout out to our man Stranger. What up? What are you smoking on, Stranger? Shout out to Emil. What up? What up? Man, had some technical difficulties getting everything going this morning. I was getting ready to fire everything up, and then damn internet wasn't working. Tried a few things and had to like reset everything, and took a while to reset, but we're here. We are here. And what am I smoking on? I got some Jasper, some Biko Kush. Biko. And it kind of sucks because the glare. Biko Kush. And I got some other stuff I haven't opened yet. The blueberries with a Z. Blueberries. All right. Tuesdays and Thursdays, more of a chill day, just waiting for fantasy football questions to come in. I know we're still early, to the party. I just want to get in the habit of having these fantasy football streams going, help us get the watch time up as well, so we could get remonetized in the middle of August. All right, let's get ready to smoke. All right. Here we go. Let's get it. And shout out to the crew. Shout out to the 420 crew in the building. We'll wait for a few more people to show up. I got a clip from Hard Knocks to show you guys. It's so funny how stupid the Giants are. We'll wait for a few more people to show up before we play that. Super, super funny how dumb the Giants are. All right. Well, let's smoke it up.
All right. Fire them up!
Let me hit that ball.
Baby.
Smoke weed every day.
Let's get it. Let's start it off with a little. And you tell me if I should break into this new batch. So this is the Biko Kush. 23.69% THC.
69, dudes!
Biko Kush sucks because like the glare and all that never really does the justice. One day I'll have some 4K camera, where you can zoom in nice on the buds. But yeah, smoking on the Biko Kush. And then I also have, what was the other strain that I have that I haven't popped into yet? The blueberries. And yeah, doesn't do the justice. Also got a little bit of Hustler's Ambition left, like down to one last nug of this, 26% THC. Candy Rain. So I got a few strains that we can smoke on. Jasper and Hustler's Ambition, what we got. And Derek in the house. Salute. We are just smoking it up. And Ron said I got to get myself a bong as well. Been hitting the the bowl and the packs a lot. I mean, there's nothing wrong with smoking the joints and smoking the packs, but I mean, it's all about the bong. Hold on. Where is it?
Let me hit that ball.
And Yeah, Jerome Baker. This was a bong that I got for helping them with their drop of Operation Pipe Dreamers. Believe the next episode is going to be dropping here. He said, just caught me a bottle of that Shay, bro. Oh, nice. After seeing Adam say hit him during his interview. It's funny. I was just watching that. And I said, I don't even drink like that, but just ordered it last night and just picked it up. Nice. Let me see. Say, send me a pic. Let's go see. Nice. That cognac, that VSOP. Nice. I'm curious, Derek. Let me know what it's like. Let me know what it's like. All right. Yeah. And what, you ain't popping none right now, are you? I mean, it's 12 o'clock somewhere, right? It's already 12 on the East Coast. So probably opening up tonight. Nice. I like it, man. I like it. You know, Hennessy ain't never done nothing for us. And you know, Hennessy's was always my go-to cognac. He said that right now. Man, Derek's trying to get turned up at 12:30 on the East Coast. But yeah, you know what? I mean, Hennessy never done nothing for me. You know, like Uncle Shay, if nothing else, he's brought us some gold content, you know, that's for sure. Emil says Hennessy gets me in trouble. I mean, shit, you know, a lot of that dark, a lot of that dark liquor, it gets you in trouble. So I'm with you. I know for me, there's only been a few times where I've just been completely annihilated. Like just, I'm not talking about drunk. I'm not talking about, you know, swaying or anything like that. I'm talking about drunk beyond belief. I've still never passed out though. Still never passed out. I never got that bad. I mean, I've fallen asleep when I'm ready to, but never like legit just straight like blacked out or anything like that where I don't remember like what the fuck happened. And it's crazy because Hennessy's definitely been there for at least like one of those nights. But man, it's usually not Hennessy. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't get super crazy when I drink the Hennessy, because even drinking a handful of shots or a couple you know, couple cups worth of it, because I don't know, I don't really like shooting Hennessy. That's fucking ghetto to me. I feel like it, especially if you get the good stuff, you know, if you get the good stuff, you get the XO or like anything like that shit just needs to be in a cup and you just straight sipping, you know. But yeah, I digress. Hennessy gets a lot of people in trouble. Curious what that Uncle Shay tastes like, because, you know, there has not been one person who said it's bad. And I know that if you're going on his platform, you probably don't want to say that it sucks. But we've seen guys like Cat. He keeps going back to it. And I think Monique was on there, right? She kept drinking it. She was getting sauced up. Meals said, just stay awake from the hard liquor. Just stick to my wine. Probably the smarter decision. I rarely drink. I mean, I'm a social drinker at most. And really, I'd say if I'm in a place where I can't smoke weed, that's probably the only place where I'm really drinking. According to the site, it's limited edition, only 25,000 released, and you have to order it and get it delivered. So it's rare to get a bottle. Nice. Let's go see. Club Shay. What the fuck? I type in Club Shay and the first thing that comes up is Club Shay canceled. Why? Oh. Trying to cancel them. That's what it is. Le Portier. Holy shit. It literally, yeah, it's got to get delivered to you. Damn. Hold on. Let's see. Interesting. Damn. Not even available in Nevada. Interesting. Damn, let me see. It gave me two options of what I could put in. Let's see. Yeah, no Nevada. No Nevada. Interesting. 120 a bottle. It's weird it said 88 on the site that I was on, but also then it said it couldn't deliver to Nevada, so it's not even an option for me to get it. Damn. Ronald said, who would you rather smoke a J with? Travis Kelce, Josh Allen, or George Kittle? It's a good question. That's a good question. I like Ronald. He's got some good weed smoking questions. I'm gonna say George Kittle. He seems the most down to earth. Well, I mean, all of them kind of seem down to earth, right? But I don't know. George Kittle seems a lot cooler than Travis Kelce to me in real life. It seems like Travis Kelce's like a try hard, with all the different things that he's like done before. George Kittle just seems like he's super cool and super cool, calm, and collected. Josh Allen, I mean, everyone on this list is fucking awesome for fantasy. Love them. I love George Kittle the third out of all of these guys in fantasy football. But yeah, I'm going Kittle. I want to hear his WrestleMania story. I want to hear random shit that he's seen in California. Yeah. Oh yeah, Crispy said Jerome bongs are the best. Hell yeah, Crispy. He's got his Jerome Baker bong that he won in a raffle. You the man, Crispy. Said I had to get it delivered to a liquor store about an hour from me. Whoa. Damn. Interesting. And he said that's probably why they charge a convenience fee too. Okay. That's probably why it gets up there to 120. Damn. Interesting. Hey, props to him. I'm sure, with this limited 25,000, bottle run, I'm sure he doesn't have a problem selling out, but yeah, getting it into every single state. I mean, that's probably the problem with the unlimited. I mean, with not being unlimited. Crispy said Kelce. Emil said Kittle for sure. I want to hear what Ronald says. Who would you smoke with, Ronald, out of those three? Ooh. Ah. Man. Man, I don't know if you guys have been seeing, maybe it's because I just look at random Disneyland shit when it's on TikTok. And I seen they're doing it's some kind of union strike going on for Disney right now. Kidda said he's not involved in it. It's only certain cast members. But very, very, very interesting, man. We don't plan on going to Disney until like next February or March. But yeah, we're gonna go again, and we're gonna be going right before WrestleMania too, because WrestleMania is gonna be mid-April. Cannot wait. Angelo said, packing for a trip tomorrow, eating Torchies. Nice. Be safe out there in California. Safe travels. You guys driving out there? Or are you flying out there? I grew up in Iowa, so I'm biased towards Kittle, but Josh Allen would be fun too. Talk about his days in Wyoming, toss the football around with. See, you can toss the football around with any of them, though. I mean, they I'm sure they throw a football good enough. But yeah, Josh Allen would be very, very interesting. Kelce it would probably include his brother too. Oh, come on, man. He's not, they don't even live in the same state. Flying way better than driving. Way better. How is flying cheaper than driving now? Like, that's the thing that's crazy. Like, if I got a ticket, I'm going, like, I've gotten tickets to SoCal in Ontario. So it is a kind of weird spot, but like right by Riverside, where I've gotten round trip tickets for like $50. Like I'm getting I'm going to LA in a couple weeks. I got a round trip ticket for $77. $77. Like, man, that wouldn't, I mean, $77 if I get, I mean, that's like 1.5 tanks of gas. And what up, Justin? He said, how much value you putting on Hurts right now? I'm seeing some people devalue him on rankings. Curious what you think about Hurts and value in new draft leagues. Hurts, to me, like, I'm trying to get better at like grading QBs like on a grade scale instead of what's it called? Instead of being tier based, just trying to be like more on top of it. And Hurts is like definitely like an A- like QB to me still. He has the potential to throw for 30. He never has, but he has the potential. I mean, with those weapons that they got over there, he has the potential for 10 touchdowns on the ground. So like has a pretty easy shot at 35 to 40 touchdowns. And it's crazy how people like hate on him. You know, I mean, I've seen it kind of too, and I see him getting devalued. And you know, if they're going to devalue him, fine. That just means I get him at a little bit of a better price in the super flex leagues. But yeah, I would, I'm still ranking him high. He's still in my top. He's still in my top 5, 6, like for sure. Like without even thinking, I haven't even done QB ranks. He's for sure in top 5, 6 somewhere. And I don't play in 4-point passing touchdown leagues, so it's not like he's getting this extra bump in leagues that I play in because of his legs. I mean, he gets the normal bump that everybody else does, but it doesn't make him a better QB because he runs. The stats in general do. And Derek said Devontae Adams said on the show, I don't really drink. And then proceeded to take down the whole wine glass in one gulp. That's just fine. Do what I say, not what I do. Do what I say, not what I do. If you could add another team to the NFL, which city would it be and what's the team name? I'd go San Diego. San Diego, man, one of the biggest cities in all of America. And I'd call them the San Diego Savages. They'd be the San Diego Savages. He passes the eye test for sure. The potential's there. I've just been seeing more hate recently too. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because of, you know why? I know why. I know exactly why Hurts is being hated on right now. And it's probably Anthony Richardson, because there's so much stroking going on to Anthony Richardson right now. It makes me sick. It really does. Like I'd say amongst all these NFL fantasy analysts out there, they'll put Anthony Richardson over Jalen Hurts when they really have the same fucking they have the same tools in the arsenal as far as like running and throwing. And I would say Hurts, being more years in the NFL now, would throw better than Anthony Richardson. And Hurts has better weapons than Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson literally only has Pittman, and Hurts has, I mean, if nobody else, AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. Like, man, I don't get it. It pisses me off, man. It pisses me off. I'm going to go on this super big fucking Anthony Richardson, like anti-Anthony Richardson type of thing, because like, I feel like so many people are on him like hype wise that I have to be on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. What up, prime time? Gibbs or Bijan for redraft? Bijan, but Gibbs is close. Gibbs is very close. I have Gibbs at 5, right behind Saquon. So I'd go CMC, Brees, Bijan, Saquon, and Gibbs. Those would be my top 5. Just I think most people agree. Just, oh my God, just inherited a team from World Crasher after he got kicked out. He's got Richardson and a shit QB situation. Oh, man. And hey, thanks for hopping in, Justin. Oh, man. And he said San Diego Savages is sick. When I played adult league baseball in San Diego, and you can play adult league baseball fucking all types of levels all year round. And we were the San Diego Savages. We had the jerseys made and everything. And we got, I was going to say a world championship, but we got a San Diego championship as the San Diego Savages. So I'm partial to that. But unless You know, there's maybe like 20 people that know about the San Diego Savages. Mill said Hurts has a tight end and Goddard. Yeah, Richardson doesn't have a tight end. Exactly. I mean, Mo Alley, small cocks most of the time. You know, it's only Mo Alley big cocks every once in a while. Well, so which stack do you like better, Allen Kincaid or Mahomes Kelsey? Mahomes Kelsey by far, not even close. I'm it's not that I'm not buying the Kincaid hype, you know, because he does deserve to be hyped, but I think people are overhyping him so much right now. It's making me like, nah, like, I mean, there's so many people who are like, watch, Kincaid's gonna like lead the Bills in yards, and like, man, is Kincaid even gonna be 1,000-yard guy? Like, I doubt it. Like, I feel like I guess to get my ultimate respect to where he's like a top 4, top 3 guy, got to see him past 1250. You pass 1250 and like 8 touchdowns, like that's like super elite, like tight end, you know, status right there. And I don't know if he's capable of that. I mean, I'm 800-900 and 7-8 touchdowns, like, yeah, for sure. But 12, like, you got to get to 1200, over 1200 to be an elite. I'm talking elite, not great, not good, elite. You got to be over 1200, like yardage wise, or at least show that you could get there. And yes, he just said Kincaid probably looking 800ish. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like 800-900, something like that, right under 1,000. He'll have like, you know, a handful of good games. Maybe it's even like half or a little bit more than half of his games where he's like putting up 15 plus, you know, points in you know, in just like regular like fantasy leagues. But that's what I'm a little nervous about, man. Like Josh Allen, I mean, as much as like he uses the tight end, it's really just like in the red zone. Like he's not, I don't know, like he doesn't force feed when he's outside of the red zone. And I like him for the touchdown, you know, upside for sure. But I feel like he is going to be, I mean, most tight ends are touchdown dependent tight ends, except for Kelsey, except for Laporta, like just a couple guys. And I hated Laporta like 2 years ago. I'm coming around on him, but it's really because of Jared Goff and the Lions. I mean, that's the big reason. He's stepping it up. What up, Will? He said, what's up, fellas? It's taking some time to chill between cleaning and selling, giving some of my stuff away I don't need. He said, what's the buzz about today? We're just talking shit. Someone brought up how Hurts is being like super like hated on like right now. And I said, it's probably because of Anthony Richardson. Everybody is stroking the hell off of Anthony Richardson, man. And I don't like it. I got to play the opposite end of the spectrum. Crispy said that Kelsey's pretty much Mahomes' only receiver. For sure. And yeah, he has other receivers, but none of them are worth a target market share like Travis Kelsey. You know, besides Kelsey, he's just spreading it around. Will having Kincaid down thoughts. Like the gay on TV makes me hate him. And I don't hate him, but I always and I always say hate. It's just an easy word to say. If I say I hate someone, I'm really just playing the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay, you guys understand? I don't really like hate people. It's just the easy word to use. And Ronald said, "What about Stroud, Dell, or Richardson, Pittman?" Well, see, I guess like that's the part that like Stroud, highest player on this list value wise. Dell, lowest player on this list value wise. Like that's what it kind of comes down to. Like shit, if you would have said Stroud and Diggs or Stroud and Nico, like that's what you should have said, because Pittman's the number 1 on that team. So it's almost unfair to say Stroud and Dell when Dell's the number 3 and he's coming off an injury. But if it's Diggs or Nico, I'm taking Diggs and Nico and Stroud, you know, one of those two, whichever you pick over Richardson, Pittman. And it's because of Richardson. It's not because of Pittman. Like when Joe Flacco comes in, he'll probably feed the hell out of him. Derek said, finally, we finally sold Huss on the porta potty. Man, you know, it took some time. Not going to lie. But Jared Goffel, he's a different Jared Goffel than we thought of him 2 years ago. Like, that's really what it is. 2 years ago, we weren't thinking of Goff like this. Shit, even last year, there was doubt when it came to Jared Goffel. Bakes in the house. What up, bro? Darius Slayton said that Neighbors is a clone of Jamar Chase. That's interesting. I mean, we know that Neighbors is fucking amazing. It's not Neighbors isn't the reason why we don't like him this year for redraft. Like, it's not Neighbors. It's not Neighbors. Oh, and speaking of that, and say, who I hate, Huss, that everyone's hyping up. Hell yeah. Derek said Neighbors is him. All right, I got a funny vid from Hard Knocks. Check this out, man. Like, Giants fucking suck. What? Justin said Daniel Jones for MVP. No. He sucks. He's Danny Pesos. He is not Danny Dimes. Check out this video from a clip on Hard Knocks. Okay, so I showed the clip where they were it's the very first episode, like literally the opening part of the episode, and Giants, they're like, they're talking to Saquon's agent, and they're like, I think we're gonna let Saquon test the market, and like they're talking to their whole, I'll just say, war room. They're not in the war room, but they're talking to all the front office guys, and everyone's a yes man, saying, yeah, like, no, who's gonna pay him? Like, what kind of market, is he really gonna warrant? Like, we should let him go test the market, and then, once he realizes that there's not too much of a market, then, we'll be able to give him a nice deal. And check this out.
The optionality of free agency.
This is episode 3 now, I believe. So this is after, this is like, I think the timeline is maybe 2 or 3 weeks after they had this talk that they said that they were going to let Saquon.
Good day for you. Good
go
day
to free
for Ian
agency.
Barry. Oh, what's my man gonna get? North of what you said? 12.5 APY, 25 guaranteed. North of that? Again, we're not gonna go there. We're out.
Look at that. He thinks he's lying to now. We're just not gonna go there.
Is it in the division? I'm trying to prepare myself mentally for what's gonna happen. I mean, that's all. Okay. All right, Blair.
I do like the optionality of free agency, but the prices suck.
The price isn't just the uncertainty. We have no control over this.
No.
We have no control over it.
We can make offers, do all the homework that we want, stay up till 5 in the morning doing scenarios.
Well, I mean, think about all the meetings, all the film, here all weekend, like just to come up with these names, these price points, and it's totally out of your control.
Why does that man still have a job? Like, you literally give Danny Pesos a $40 million a year contract for like 3 years, right? And you nickel and dime Saquon. Like, I realize that Danny Pesos was a first-round draft pick, and I realize he's the quarterback. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to realize, like, Saquon is even the reason why Pesos was good. The threat of Saquon is what made Pesos even good. At prime time, he said they got to be dumb for thinking nobody wants Saquon, right? Like, what the fuck? They're so dumb. Hold on.
Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. So dumb, so dumb, so dumb, you are so dumb. You are really dumb.
For real. Bake said he's always be god awful to me. The contract, the money doesn't mean shit in my eyes. Just that Detroit is stupid. Should have given Hooker a real chance. Huh? I don't know. I can't get behind it. Like, he's matured. He's matured over there with the Lions. Justice says Hurts is an A-. What's Danny Pesos grade to you? A D+? A D for Danny? Danny Pesos in our best ball draft. I talk so much shit about him. We've lowered the ADP in our drafts. So if you really like Danny Pesos, just come into our drafts. He's being drafted as the number 33rd QB off of the board more often than not. It's so fucking funny. More often than not, he is the 33rd overall fucking QB off the board. I hate him, man. I hate him. And Ron said, what's up with the mock draft? Let's get one going real quick. So you guys want a mock draft? Let's go. Will said, one of my team names last year was Saquon These Balls. I'm going to own him in a few redraft leagues. Primetime Detroit is valid. Goff was one game away from leading two franchises to the Super Bowl in like 6 years. Yeah, and he definitely wasn't the reason for the Rams, you know, but he's definitely one of the reasons for the Lions. That's for sure. Yeah, the Goff slander is crazy. What up, Tino? Yeah, it might have been Saquon D's nuts. Yeah, that's probably what it was. All right. Let's smoke some more weed. Who wants to do a mock draft? I mean, can we fill a mock draft to go right now? I guess we can have a couple, what's it called? A couple blank spots. Sleeper ADP will just fill it in. All right. What do you guys feel? Mock? I know a lot of people are working right now, just tapping in. We always do a mock draft Monday as well, Ronald. And do you go by Ron or Ronald? Feel weird calling you Ronald if that's not what you normally go by. But if you want to get into Mock Draft Monday and other leagues and stuff that we're doing, 420crew.com, that leads you to our Patreon page. It's like our private social media Monday, our private social media, not Monday. And we always do Mock Draft Monday. We got a lot of leagues that we're filling. It's just a good time, man. Dope ass community. 420 fantasy community like no other. There's no 420 fantasy community that even exists out there. We are the originators. And Bake said, laugh my ass off behind O'Connell or what? No, I know I've seen him get drafted after O'Connell, but Gardner Minshew is the one being drafted as like, QB 30, QB 29, 31, like somewhere in between there, right before like Pesos and Bo Nix. Like those are like what seems like the very, very last guys getting drafted as the QB starters, or potential QB starters anyways. And yeah, Aiden O'Connell's going behind him. So I got you. I'll be in there next mock Monday, Ron. There we go. All right. Sounds good, Ron. And Will said, man, did a mock draft on Fantasy Pros last night on my phone. Holy shit. Is that ever stupid to navigate? Can't find the players in time. Their suggestions suck. Overall bad experience. Yeah. I tried doing some of those ones before. And like, it's, like, because it goes so fast, but you could honestly do the same shit on Sleeper and just like let everybody auto draft. And the ADP, it's wonky when it comes to IDP, but for offense, it's not that bad. I mean, it's a really good, I'd say it's pretty solid after all the crazy drafts. He said Garner is going to outperform his ADP for sure. Yeah. Minshew's that guy. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a world that we live in where Aiden O'Connell plays all 17 games. Shit, I don't even know if we're living in a world where Aiden O'Connell plays one game. Or, well, starts one game. That's what's crazy. It's going to come down to this QB competition, I'm sure. Or at least us hear more from Antonio Pierce. Because it's not like Antonio Pierce had anything to do with Aiden O'Connell, getting drafted or anything. And Tino said, where's Gardner Minshew's ADP? He's getting drafted in Superflex, bro. You only play in Superflex leagues. Hell yeah, he's getting drafted. He's getting drafted as the starter for the Raiders. Let me go see. Fantasy sizzling, throw in those questions, homie. You want a slow draft or a fast draft? So it says ADP 254. I don't believe that though. ADP 254. That's definitely wrong. The QB ADP is a little bit wonky outside of the top guys for sure. Yeah, he's getting drafted in Superflex and larger leagues, of course, for sure. Chris Crispy said O'Connell's getting the start. I mean, he could get the start in the beginning. Doesn't mean he's always going to be there. Oh, yeah. Minshew. No. No. Minshew. That's who we're talking about. Okay. Tino thought we were talking about Sauce Gardner. And Sauce Gardner, he's still going. He's still getting drafted in our IDP leagues. Someone always drafts him because, like, I mean, maybe not in our super savvy ones because we know a guy like Sauce. I mean, he's better for best ball than anything. Will said it would suck if you drafted Minshew and O'Connell won the job. Okay, Slower, you're good. Yeah, have to throw those questions in as they come in. I honestly think Aiden O'Connell is getting it. It's easier to play. The Aiden O'Connell make fans want to see Minshew. Aiden O'Connell's a fan favorite. You think so? You think so? They gave Minshew a bag. AOC won't see the field barely, barring injury. Let's see. How much did Minshew get paid? Yeah, 2 years, 25 mil. I mean, that's good backup money, but that's like backup money where you could compete. Sauce is the best nickname ever. I can't call him his last name. Sauce going higher than he should for sure. Numbers aren't going to be that great. Yeah, not for fantasy. Not for fantasy. Real life, amazing. Fantasy, not so much. Yeah, I love him though. For sure. For sure. Same. I moved to Vegas in like April of 2022. And it was so dope because the draft was in April of 2022 in Las Vegas for the NFL. And it was awesome. That was like one of my first like things that I did in Vegas was go to the NFL draft. And I was there to see Sauce pretend like he was walking the wrong way. He did it on purpose. He did it on purpose. Said Raider fans love Aiden O'Connell. See him as the guy who just peeps in your community, in your crew, like around you, the Raiders fans around you. It's 25 for 2 years. 25 for 2 years. So 1250. In my main draft, though, I have the 3rd overall pick. Who'd you get? I'm really on the verge between Tyreek, Bijan, and Breece Hall. All right, answer me these questions about your league. Is it just standard scoring all around? Like, is everything standard scoring? Is it like QB, 4-point passing? Is there any kind of like anything different? And how many flex spots do you have? Is it offense only? And is it tight end premium or anything like that? Like, just let me know. Is it all just default to everything? And is it PPR? Is it PPR? So like Darrelle Reavers, great player, shitty fantasy for sure. For sure. I remember one year we were drafting and someone like they were so stoked. They got Richard Sherman and Darrelle Revis, and we're all talking shit in the Yahoo group chat. And I remember seeing them getting them in back-to-back picks. I was like, damn. I was like, nobody's going to be throwing on this guy's cornerbacks. And he was all stoked, like, fuck yeah, bro. Nobody's going to be throwing on these cornerbacks. And he didn't get it. Everybody else did, and we're all laughing. Said, yeah, and online looks easier. Reddit, they want you. Okay, all right. So Raiders not easier, but AOC is probably easier to beat, though. Yeah, for sure. Offense only, 6-point passing. Okay, rushing, 1 QB, 1 PPR, 2 flex spots. All right, 8 people. Okay, yeah, I totally forgot to ask how many teams in the league. Go running back for sure. For sure, go running back. I like Breece over Bijan. But I mean, shit, you're splitting hairs between them. A lot of people are going to go running back in that league, and you would rather have one of those top 3 guys because I'm assuming CMC will be gone by your pick. If CMC is not gone, you pick CMC with that pick. But yeah, 8-man league, you're going running back. You'll be able to get good wide receivers either way. There's more good wide receivers than good running back. So you may even go running back with 2 of your top 3 picks. You're not going to be picking quarterback for a while. Will said almost like, hey, I got the best motherfucking running back, but nobody hands him the ball. Might want to think about that a little bit harder before you make the pick or open your mouth. And he said, ooh, I like that. I'm really heavy on Breece. I feel like I'm crazy. He said I have 3 second-round picks. Nice. So Yeah, I'd go Brees or Bijan. Like I said, you pick and choose who you want. I'd go Brees if it was me. But with 3 second-round picks, you might even take 3 running backs out of those first 4 picks, because I'm telling you that there's gonna be wide receiver depth. Like, as long as you get one really good wide receiver, out of those picks, which you should, unless like everyone just starts going wide receiver crazy. But usually in those single QB leagues, like, people are good. There's going to be more not more rent. There might be more wide receivers taken, but there's not as big of a pool as really good running backs, if that makes sense. So you can still get better wide receivers waiting just because there's more better wide receivers. Motherfucker. Yeah, do it to it. Especially in 8-man leagues, you got to be dominant at certain spots, and running backs, I feel like one where you got to be dominant. And pick the QB later. Stack up on all your offense, all the skill positions. All right, let's smoke some more weed. Will said 2 years ago I traded Juju for Amandre straight up and killed that trade for sure. I mean, 2 years ago, yeah, it's amazing. My team was so stacked. I had Stevenson on the bench, still won the chip. Said, not gonna lie, you guys helped me so much with the streaming defense and running back last year. Hell yeah. Make sure you stay around. That ain't changing, homie. What's been your best trade in the past 2 years? Dude, I made some good ones. There's 2 leagues in particular. Actually, 3 leagues in particular that I'm thinking of trades. The number 14, the number 21. Let me see. Yeah, see, I got to go back. I got to go back to the first year of number 14. Hold on, let me go see. Yeah, so this will be 2022. Let me go to this. Oh, I don't even know if it's going to give me the draft here, is it? Let's see. Yep, it is. Okay. So this one didn't. I mean, I pretty much, one of them in a startup trade, I pretty much traded Javonte Williams for Devontae Adams. That's who he picked, Javonte Williams. I pretty much traded my first round pick and ended up getting Devontae Adams, Derrick Henry, Darren Waller, and Eric Kendricks. And Darren Waller didn't really do shit. But it looks like it's all whack ass picks, like after who I picked anyways in that spot. That was a real good one. I don't think I won a championship because of it. But let's go to the number 21. And this one, I know I made multiple trades in this one. But the first big trade that I made was with our man Derek over here. And I traded the 104. I fucked up and picked Danny Pesos as one of those picks. But I got Danny Pesos, Tyreek Hill, Derrick Henry, and Zaire Franklin, and for Josh Allen, pretty much, because that's who he ended up taking. And then I know I made another trade over here. I know I did. Hold on. I know I did because I won a championship because of that trade plus one other one. Let me see. Dude, fuck yeah, this is what it was. This is the trade that won me the championship last year. I traded Greg Dortch, L'Jarius Sneed, and 2 third-round picks for Gardner Minshew and Zach Moss. Man, and Zach Moss, so much fucking value this year. So this is the trade that's going to keep on giving over here. And that literally, I had 1 QB, and it was Gardner Minshew in the championship. Let me see. I traded Cam Akers and received Taysom Hill. That was when I was doing really bad at QB because I had Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, and Danny Pesos in this league. Those were my 3 drafted QBs, and I still won a championship. Traded for Josh Dobbs. He was a thing. Traded away Jamison Williams for Josh Dobbs. Here was a big one. I know this one. Not only did it help me a little bit last year, it's going to help me a lot this year. I received Travis Kelce. This is September 2nd. This is before the season even started. I trade for Travis Kelce. I trade away a first, a second, and Frankie Louvu. And then I traded Hunter Henry for a 3rd-round draft pick back in July of 2023. And that was one of the pieces that I traded for the Minshew Zach Moss trade. So that one, I mean, I had so many injuries. I made a lot of trades in that one, making moves. And then there's another one. My team is so fucking stacked. It is so fucking stacked. Like, listen to my team in the number 10 dynasty. Let me read what everyone's saying. Start, sit, cut. Jack Herrera, Girl Scouts, Sour Diesel. It sucks to say, but Sour Diesel would get the cut because I'd start Jack Herrera, I'd sit Girl Scout cookies, and I'd cut Sour Diesel. I'm like, Jack Herrera is like legit like my favorite strain of all time. Got to be perfect. I'm a Jack Herrera snob too. And Captain Spock said, Master Kush hat, sick. Hell yeah. This is from, what's it called? Grassroots. Master Kush on the back. And then check that out. Got a whole nug, whole nug design on the inside. We're repping the lifestyle. You know, there's a lot of fakes out there. We're repping. Nice. Fantasy Citizens. I just joined and downloaded the app. There we go. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, if you guys don't have Patreon downloaded, you must download the Patreon app. All right, there we go. I see TD Sizzle in there. There we go. Tino said, I bet Pollard for CMC last season, but the league vetoed it. I believe it. Best trade I ever made was last year, week 6, when CD only had 1 TD on the year, and I traded James Cook and Olave for CD straight up. Golf clap. I hope we helped you out with that. All right. And I traded Javonte for Waller last season. Like, Jan, you received Waller? I do so many trades, honestly, don't even remember them all. Me neither. I'm on Sleeper, like, going and looking at these because I don't fucking remember these either. My best trades are when I get the best player by far. Well, yeah, for sure. But I feel like the best trades coincide with winning a championship as well. I traded James Cook, Rondell Moore, and Kyler for Love and JJ last year. That's crazy. And says Lindsay, I fuck with Sour Diesel. I like Sour Diesel. I mean, it was keep, trade, cut. I could only keep 2 of the 3. And Ron said Jack Herrera's the go. I feel it, man. It is for me. Space Ghost, what up? Coast to coast, where you rocking? So I'm convinced most people haven't tried real Girl Scout cookies. No, I have. And like, here's what's crazy. The realest Girl Scout cookies that I've ever smoked. And I know Tino will be able to attest to this because he lives in the Bay. Girl Scout cookies didn't make it down to San Diego until 2012. I don't even know when it originated in the Bay Area, but Tino, you could probably help me out with the years and the timelines. We paid $400 for this ounce and we could only get 1 ounce. And this was all the rage. Like, you've been hearing about Girl Scout cookies. And like, we got it. And I looked at it. I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, this shit is ugly. Like, it's brown and purple. Like, what is going on? It is brown and purple. And then like load up and fire up 1 bong load. I die. I'm like Dave Chappelle when he smoked out of the pipe in half baked, dying. I'm like, okay, this shit right here.
This shit right here. This shit right here.
Sold. Like the look of it was so ugly. It was so ugly, but fuck, man, they perfected the look and the taste and the fucking hit. Like, whoo, man, I remember that like no other. Like that when I first tried the Girl Scout cookies, that was legit one of the best bowls that I've ever smoked in life. In life. I know that was the OG fucking Girl Scout cookies though, because everything looks way different now. And Tino said GSC should look orange. See, and I mean, and maybe it was orange, but it's like a little bit darker, so it almost looks brown. And I was hating on it and talking shit because we paid $400 for the ounce. And Bake said we mocking. So when I asked earlier, I was like, who wants to mock? I know Ronald said mock, but I know we got to get a few people in. We can't just mock with like 2 or 3 of us. I guess we could. Space Ghost, I see a Monra falling down boards. I want to move him up. Am I tripping? Move him up, bro. He's the #1 wide receiver for me in 2024. Book it. The only reason why his stats sucked last year compared to like a CD Lamb, he got hurt. He missed time. Which player are you most excited to draft this season? You know what? That's a really good question. Because I feel like we're all excited to draft the top guys, but I also feel like those answers are too chalky. Like, oh yeah, I'm super excited to draft Bijan Robinson this year. I mean, you're lucky if you get him. So yeah, I guess you'd be happy to get him. But like, I'm gonna have to come back to that. And Bank said Jack Herrera is good, but I'm an indica man. See, I don't know if it's being like I like both. I'm here smoking indicas like all day, every day. There's certain sativa strains that they taste so like I smoke so much that even sativa shit gives me indica fucking like still puts me body locked because I smoke so much. I don't know, man. There's just something different about like the Jack, the P91, the Poway 91 for people who aren't from San Diego, and you may have seen that. Trainwreck, OG Trainwreck though, not some of this bullshit that I've seen. My trades are listed on on Fantrax, but I forgot my league ID and password, so I can't check it. So I did get St. Brown, AJ Brown, and Pittman in lopsided deals in my pass killer team. Nice. Okay, so it was around 2012. Okay. And Tina said it definitely looks like some Bammers. See, if it's the real OG Girl Scout cookies, it doesn't look that good. Like the look was not appealing. Like at all. That's why I was so fucking pissed when we paid $400 for this ounce. But then as soon as you smoke it though, you know where, just like on Pulp Fiction, as soon as you smoke it, you know where that extra money went. And yeah, it's orange and sometimes notes of purple, but tastes like gas. Yeah, and see, it was like when the one that it was like orange-ish brown, like almost, because I was hating on it. I was like, man, it's just brown. It was like dark orange, and then yeah, tiny little hints of purple. It was not purple weed. Like we've all seen weed where it's like covered in purple. It was like tiny little hints of purple, just like Tino said. There we go. Space goes coast to coast. That's smoke. He's old school people using the apple so I can toss it. I like it, bro. I like it, but I haven't worked at a job like literally I've worked one job where I was like in an office in the last 10 years, and that was it. The other job that I worked, I was in an office for a few months and then but was mostly working from home most of that time. The time when I was working there and the place where I was in there, they knew that I smoked. They knew that if I left the building, I was going to go smoke. And I liked it that way. It was a small company though, private company. But I've even worked for Verizon affiliates and had big wigs from Verizon knowing that I was stoned off of my ass because I definitely was smoking on the way in, but I had the best numbers. They couldn't hate on it. Couldn't hate on the way that I was making the numbers. So never got questioned once for being stoned off of my ass in Verizon because I was always either the top sales rep or the top manager in this Verizon affiliate that I worked for. Tino said, especially the Kush flavor. SoCal cats love that flavor. Yeah, for sure. I mean, OG and then Kush. I mean, those just seems like they're super SoCal like staples to me. All right, let's do the mock. Let me try to pull it up. Smoke some weed. All right, let's join the mock. Let's do it. Jesse isn't the best, but if you like the Kush, probably your favorite. Yeah, I mean, definitely one of my favorites. I would only take Hill over the Sun God in the wide receiver room. In the wide receiver room. I mean, it's all splitting hairs, you know. I mean, I feel like last year Tyreek was my number one. And like it's Amon-Ra, it's Tyreek and CD. Like those are the three. And I think I'd put Tyreek, I guess, number 3, but whoever you get, you're stoked. You're stoked to get any of those guys. I love White Widow. I don't care about the taste. I want results. I like it, man. I like it. And hey, I like my weed like I like my baseball players. 5-tool. You got to be a 5-tool player. I want it all. I want the look. I want the taste. I want the smell. I want the high. And I don't know what the 5th thing is, but I want all of them. I want all of them. And Granddaddy Perp has changed so much for sure. And I bet Tino can attest to that even more, because we know the most fire Granddaddy Perps coming from the Bay. So back when everything needed a referral to go in and get the upper deck. I like it. And I've been plotting on Curtis Samuel. He's one of the ones that I like getting late for sure. So it's a better stack than Alan Kincaid because you get him so late. Right, so 400 ounces, 400 for an ounce is OD. Pulp Fiction references all the time, yeah. And this was back when I was, when I was a 420 hustler, so 400 an ounce, like, I mean, that was definitely going to be some purple shit, some personal shit that we were smoking. But that's how, 400 an ounce, like, crazy. Tossed it. I always ate the apple. The whole thing, even where you smoked it or just the side of it. I mean, that's the way to be sneaky, right? You put your finger over the top part, start eating the side of it. Said Sam, if it works, speaks for itself. He said, we chilling. He said, plus, if you're all stony baloney all the time, how can they tell? Exactly. And that was always my thing. And it was so funny because at Vaughn's, like I was cool with one of the managers. He was like my same age. I'm like 20 or 21 when I worked at Vaughn's, something like that. And I was talking to the manager. I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. And he was like, hey, watch this. And he goes over to the what's it called? To the deli section. And he tells the dude, he's like, hey man, what's up with your eyes? Why are they all red? And man, and this guy, like a dry snitching motherfucker, I'm right there. He's like, why are you talking to me? He's like, how come not him? And he was like, he was like, you don't look like this every day. He was like, your eyes look different. He was like, he looks like this every single day. So I just assume this is normal. Exactly. But that's how it's got to be. You set the precedent from the beginning. Even when I worked for Verizon, even during my interview, they asked me, they're like, man, why are your eyes like, why are your eyes looking red and stuff? Why you look so tired? And I was like, I am tired, man, because I work a job where I start at 6:30 in the morning, and I still came here for an interview after because I want to get the hell out of that place and come over here and get to a job with better hours and more commission potential. And that's why I look so fucking tired. I didn't say fuck. I was like, that's why I look so tired right now. And the interviewer was like, all right, I like it. Captain Spock said, best weed I ever smoked. Was that stuff that's tied to a stick, man. 1977. It was way better than the fake Thai sticks that came out later. Said there was a strain called Sugar Bud in 2002 that was number 2. The Thai, that's what I got. Yeah, the Thai stick. That stuff that's tied to a stick, man. Curtis Samuel. I'm on me like my baseball players. Juice the fuck up. Let's go. Ken's GDP is probably the best one I've seen. Homie perfected GDP in a club in Oakland. Nice. Space Ghost, I've eaten like 10 apples a day. Bro, premium crumble is $2.50 is it? Bro, I'm talking about in 2012. Don't forget, 2012 is what I'm talking about. It's 12 years ago that I'm talking about. And you could not get Girl Scout cookies anywhere at this time unless you lived in the Bay Area. That was also why it cost so much, because motherfuckers were coming down with a pack and selling it an ounce at a time for 400 and just caking. And that was the way to like build it. Like you had to build, like nobody knew what Girl Scout cookies was. I just heard the hype. That was it. And it was from a couple cats who'd been to the Bay Area like since this happened. And Bayside and Oakland, I've been there. Is it Tino? What's the wildest shit you smoked out of? So the wildest shit I ever smoked out of was it probably has to be it's like a 4-foot zong. So like if it was all the way stretched out, it's like 6 or 7 feet, but it's like it's 4 feet. Like literally you can't even light it like by yourself. My arms weren't long enough to like light it. And man, like I hit it enough to where I learned the technique. It's so big, you literally just, I mean, you got to fill it up like as much as you can by milking it like slowly. And then it's like, and even before it gets to the top, you got to fucking take that out or you're not clearing the whole thing. Like it's fucking ridiculous. And I believe Bogglegum won High Times 3 years in a row. 5 Smoke Smooth. I like it. There we go. There's the 5th tool. Got to be smooth. Harborside. Okay. Yeah. I'm in my 49th year of smoking weed. Hell yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
Let me see. What am I? First time I smoked weed, I think I was 14 the first time I smoked weed. So I'm in my 14th year of smoking weed. No, 14th year. I'm in my 24th year of smoking weed. Almost forgot how old I was for a second. Tina said I live 30 minutes from 7 clubs that won High Time Cups for different strains. Yeah, I mean, Tino lives in one of the best places for weed, man. Bay Area is definitely one of the best places in the entire world for quality of weed and quantity of good quality of weed. Super Dense said, yeah, 400 was a plug back then. It was barely out and only at the green door. Yeah, for sure. I mean, because you couldn't get it like that. That's why it was the plug, right? Because you could not fucking get it like at all. Like that was why. Like it was so exclusive that we had to get it. We'd already heard about it, and like back then, I mean, we're talking 2012, and like who the fuck, when it's so new, no one's talking about it on social media like that. I probably wasn't even on social media like I am now. Like I wasn't watching YouTube or anything. Tia said gas mask always wild, gives you acne, makes you cry. Your whole beard smells like dank. So if it was stretched out, it's like 6-7 feet. Pause. Harborside Sage and Sour was on the TV show. He said I smoked it. It was a Fire Jack type strain. I like it. Santa Cruz, good weed, good price here too, for sure. I mean, so many areas in California. Like I've said it like a number of times. California as a whole, as a state, there is nowhere in the world where you are getting better weed than California. You know, like now there's people who are on the come up and shit, but like California's been having this. Like they're only perfecting it and getting it better. Like everyone else might be catching up, but yeah, for sure. And so many different places in California, especially Santa Cruz, Santa Barbara is like in the mix. SoCal, LA, I mean, San Diego. It's weird. Like San Diego, like all the local strains that I was getting, or most of the local strains, they were all sativas. Don't necessarily know why, but like all the indica strains, those were coming from LA or coming from the Bay, and a lot of sativas coming from the Bay as well. And Johnny said 28 years here. I'm 4 years older than you, Huss. All right. There we go. So both started at the same time then, right? Pretty much. If you're 4 years older than me, had to be around 14 as well. Santa Cruz has some fire out there. Fantasy Sizzling said dabs have my heart. Hell, I fucking love dabs. And check this out. Dr. Dabber is my favorite. They hooked me up. This fat ass one, the $400 one. You can vape flour and concentrates out of there. And look at this. At a recent show that I went to, that boxing show that I went to, I bought some raffle tickets and I won. I won the Dr. Dabber. It's like a $200 piece. We're gonna be raffling this off. I believe at the beginning of the season. So, guys, make sure you hang around. There's gonna be lots of ways where you can get how you can get what's it called entries into the raffle. And I highly suggest buying a Dr. Dabber if you're a dab person, especially if you use dabs on the go. I'm going to throw in my link. I have an affiliate link with them. So anything you purchase, if you use this link, you should get a discount, and the show gets a kickback as well. And let's see how many people. We need more people in the mock. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just pick the spot. We're not randomizing or anything. We'll start. We'll give it like 10 minutes. Let some more people kind of join. Let me go. I'll go post it on Patreon real quick. Let people know. Mock draft. And you know what? I'll go share this. We're just going to do offense only as well. So I got to, let me change. Actually, yeah, before let's take IDP out of there before some people join and they're like, what? I don't want to do IDP. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We'll keep it to 10 rounds. We can probably knock that out quick. And 30-second picks. That's all we got around here is 30-second picks. Well, actually, I guess we'll put it to a minute since there's only going to be a couple of us. Kind of sounded like Tyrant. Kind of sounded like some stupid bitch with a deep voice. That's so funny. Just tried to think of like the biggest douchebag sounding voice like out there, and that's what fucking came out of my mouth. That's hilarious. Literally wasn't even thinking about him until you said it. It's fucking funny. Oh man. All right, let me share this to Facebook real quick. And let's share this to Facebook real quick. All right. Makes sense. That's such a fucking douchebag. I don't want to hurt my health or break my computer. It's like, what the fuck, you idiot. Oh man. It made it seem like he was retiring. Like, get the fuck out of here. And it's a kind of good. Three Bros is good too. There we go. Cali, Colorado, Vermont, where I've had the best herb. I like it. So yeah, whatever freshman year was, 14 or 15. Yeah, I mean, you start off as a 14-year-old because it was freshman year for me too. You start off as a freshman, as a 14-year-old freshman, unless you've been held back a few times, which no shame if you have. Ronald said flour will always be number one. Yeah, I love dabs, man. But yeah, flour's still going to be number one. Fancy Sizzling's crazy as fuck. Hell yeah, look at this thing. Bro, we're just smoking weed like George Jetson now. I love it. We can't be smoking dabs like Fred Flintstone. We got to be smoking like George Jetson. Thanks. I'm buying those raffle tickets. Hell yeah. Does it come with the cleaning utensils? No, I do not believe so. No, I don't think any of them do. Never been there. New place on a mission. Street that I haven't been to. We'll check out the place in Felton. There we go. South needs to catch up because they're known for farming. I know it's all indoor, but still. Yeah, I mean, the Bay Area has some of the best outdoor weed like known to man, but it's really because of the fucking like their outdoor shit like shits on a lot of people's indoor in places. Like that's how good the climate is out there. Stranger said the best I've had came from small growers around the country. Big farms just can't do it the same. For sure. And most of the shit that I'm talking about, Like, definitely wasn't stuff that I was buying in dispensaries. Like that Girl Scout cookies, like that one. I mean, I like Tina said that might have been in dispensaries, like some places, but it didn't come from a dispensary. It came from a plug who drove all the way down and was selling ounces for 400 all the way, all the way down. That was one of the things that also kind of sucked about being in San Diego is like the Bay Area weed, the trappers. I mean, they're, I don't even know how they would, like how many they would come down with, but I'm sure like some be coming down with 20, 30, 50 packs or whatever. And then they're just going to all the dispensaries, like on weed maps, like all the way down. And, but being in San Diego, we were like all the way at the bottom, three bros as Flower Friday, 15 off. Bud on Friday, sick. He said, oh man, 20th of every month, 20% off, sick. Fantasy Sizzlings, I'm going to try and join the mock. Let me know. Did you join? We'll wait a few more minutes. Yes, I don't smoke heavy. I didn't smoke heavy until after high school. I legit never bought illegal weed. Got my card at 18. I got my card at 18, but yeah, I mean, even then I was still, I mean, I get it's different where you're at also because dispensaries, like, we're going heavy already in 2004. That's when I think we're both the same age, right, Tino? I got my card in 18 in the summer of 18. But I was still getting the black market weed because dispensaries sucked down here. They fucking sucked. The best thing about the dispensaries down here was they were charging people 60 an eighth. So when I was the 420 hustler, I always had two kinds after that. You want the good stuff, the $50, which is fire, or are you going to pay that extra $10 for the better than dispensary quality weed? Oh, bro. Ron said, have you ever tried the Golden Goat sativa? I said it's up there with the Jack Herrera. Bro, you brought a story. Like, just literally that strain of weed is how I met Devin the Dude. If you guys don't know who Devin the Dude is, come on. I don't know what's wrong with you. But yeah, Golden Goat is what the weed that I gave Devin the Dude, and the weed was so good. The weed was so good that when they were coming to San Diego, they'd always hit me up first. They would let me know when they were coming, what dates they were coming and shit. And like whenever they'd get to the hotel, they're like, we're touched down. They always stayed at the same Hilton in downtown, like right by the convention center. And and man, it was the Golden Goat that I had that got me in connection with Devin. And it was one of his t-shirt guys who I was talking to. And I was like, man, I just got some fire ass Golden Goat. I was like, if you guys need anything before you fucking leave town, like, let me know. They called me up the next morning. They're like, hey, we're leaving in like an hour and a half. Can you be here? And I was like, fuck yeah, I can. And I was working. My dad had a pool cleaning business. Wherever I was along that, I turned all the way around. It was like 20 minutes to my house. Had to go get it and change clothes, and then 20 minutes to downtown where they were at. That was fucking awesome. And that sparked a relationship with Devin the Dude that lasted a couple years. Big said picked up an eighth of some blue sapphire. Let's see if anybody else joins. All right, Fantasy Sizzling joined. We'll give it another 5 minutes before we start. Have you used a Carta? Or wait, what do you say? Is it gonna roll? Yeah, let's roll and rate later. Let's get it. I maybe smoked 3 to 4 times in high school and was high as fuck. That's it. That's it. So 9th grade, couple times. 10th grade, couple more times that I smoked during that. But like once I got to like junior year, everything changed. Junior year, got a car. Junior year, we're smoking a lot on the reg. And then senior year, like we had to step it up, man. Had to step it up. Had to have it for the people. 100 packs of your cookie co. All right. Peace out, Space Ghost to Coast. Be safe out there, bro. Dragon's Breath was the most expensive herb I ever paid. Fucking 60 an eighth. That Desert Toad from Tyson 2.0 was pricey, but amazing as hell. Hell yeah. And he said, bro, I got my card. The doctor told me what to do, needed it for sleep. Oh yeah. Back then, I mean, come on, man. that was just the game, you just need to get a sign on that piece of paper, especially when it's an 18-year-old. Like they're just like, this guy's not an undercover. Sign it real quick. There we go. Perfect. Figured out how. Let's go. Ooh, Romulan. 98 Bubba. Captain Spock. I smoked every day for the last 3 years of high school. I was stoned every day. For 6 years of college, got 2 degrees in school. Was way better stoned. Hell yeah. As a senior, like there was multiple teachers that called me out for being stoned. And I didn't get in trouble though. Well, I ended up getting in trouble. Wasn't by them catching me though, or them like calling me out. One of my teachers in front of my friends came up just to like, he was like, Alex, I'm gonna need you to stop coming to class inebriated at 7:30 in the morning. And I was like, nah. I was like, do you know what it takes to get through your class? And Crispy says, when's it start? 5 or 10 minutes. It's gonna be a quick one. I'm gonna change it to a minute clock though, so it'll give us a little bit more time since we have since we're not full and we're gonna get a bunch of autos. Yeah, Hindu Kush, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Tina said, I can't think of it anymore. I mean, for me, it's P91 and California Orange. Like those were like staples in San Diego. And yeah, the Poway 91. The way you knew that it was the real deal, you took a little nug and you stuck it to the wall. If it didn't stick, it wasn't the real deal. It was not the real deal. Ooh, Master Kush was better than Hindu. Man, and who remembers Haji? Haji's back. Like that Master Kush, it's real pricey. I mean, I got my Master Kush hat on right now. It doesn't really matter who's the highest. If it ain't dope, there's no hope. They ain't gonna buy it. Devin the Dude. Devin the Dude's the man. I'm throwing a Devin the Dude song right here. Do I have Doobie Ashtray on here? I don't have Doobie Ashtray on here. I don't know. I mean, I turned 18 in 2004. Like everything kind of changed for me in 2003 when I started getting into more of the biz than being a consumer. But yeah, I mean, 2003 through, I mean, there was only little off periods of time where I got in trouble, but it was like 2003 through 2013. Dang. I guess it was only a 10-year run. Now that I think about it, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, it was like 2003 to 2013. And yeah, I mean, there was days where I was 100%, independent, making a couple $1,000s a day, managing my own business because I had to manage everything. This is when gas was at the all-time high. And it was mostly deliveries. It was like 99% deliveries that I was doing, and then goes all the way to me managing. I mean, this is over 10 years, at this point, managing a delivery service in San Diego. We were number 3 on Weed Maps. If you went to San Diego Weed Maps, we had a bronze right there. We were right below Alphametic. People used to like come to us and say Alphamedic's whack as fuck. They take forevers on the delivery. And like, I put so much into like hiring employees and drivers that like, I remember one day we did 77 orders in one day and nobody waited longer than an hour and a half. And most people were delivered in under an hour. And yeah, there was, man, I mean, it was crazy, man. 6-figure months. It was insane. That was also very short-lived as well. And Tina said, bro, you need a license for a delivery out there. He said, buy a Prius, get 4 guys running shifts. Yeah, I mean, everything's changed now. This is, I'm talking pre-10 years ago, like, I mean, longer than that. Like, everything's changed ever since it got wrecked. And I know now, not really sure how it works about, like, piggybacking. Like, I mean, that's what I want. Like, I keep telling people, come to Vegas, get a license, for a dispensary. I want to be a high paid manager and we can work. It could be a pay scale that goes up and up and up. And we would have the best dispensary and delivery service like in Vegas. We for sure would. It sucks out here. The experience is horrible. It's bullshit right now. It's a really, really bad experience. And Tino said in the Bay Area, you need $1 million for the license alone. For sure. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Nevada's a lot cheaper. California and New York are the most expensive and most expensive licenses in all of America for weed. But I'm just gonna keep throwing it out there because I know the right people are gonna hear eventually. Because there's no better spot than Vegas. Because I'll talk to some investors and get back to you. I'm telling you, man, like it's really wide open here. I mean, the tourist shit is on lock with Planet 13 because of how much money they spend in advertising. Like they're literally on the side of every fucking cab and everything. But I hear that they lose money. Like I'm not getting into any type of business to be a manager that like is a manager of a company that literally loses money because you invest so much like in marketing. And maybe they're cooking the books to say they're losing money, but that ain't my goal. My goal is to make money. And Tino said the strip's right there. I said all the weed on the strip is fake, easy money. But you can't have, that's the thing, you can't have a dispensary like Cookies on the Strip. I think there's like 2 or 3, and it's like only in the real shitty part of the strip can you have it. And seeing right now, like delivering to the strip, that's also, you know, like an issue. But like these guys don't have like any kind of like social media presence or like anything like that. Like that's also like a reason why like they get a lot of tourists, because people literally don't know. And Johnny said, how do you lose money selling weed? Because they're marketing. I mean, their eighths in there, their top quality eighths go for $75 an eighth. And that's like the Tyson 2.0 and Wiz Khalifa and, you know, all the super brand names like that. And like when I would go in there, I'd go in there randomly. And like you see most of the tourists, like they don't even want to buy that shit. Like like it's all people who aren't really like weed connoisseurs from other states that are going in there. Like, do we really need to buy a $75 eighth? And then they go all the way to like the lowest shelf and stuff. But I think the reason why most of these dispensaries suck to me is because they treat it like the weed's just gonna sell itself. And like it kind of does, you know, to a certain extent. But that like the people who work there fucking suck. They're always not knowledgeable about anything. So I never even want to ask questions, because every time I ask a question, it's like people just like they don't. It's like they're reading a bad script and they don't even smoke weed. Like that's the thing that's weird. Like I would not have anybody working for our dispensary that didn't smoke weed. Like why? It just doesn't make sense. Like you got to have a certain type of vibe. I'm not talking about stoners who are like not going to show up for work and shit like that. But yeah, there's definitely functioning stoners out there. I know I'm one of them. But yeah, I know one day this is going to happen. And we'll take over the entertainment capital of the world. Woo! Ross, I agree. Gotta have some skin in the game for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, why? I mean, weed's different than like, okay, I mean, I'm trying to think of something that's like the equivalent to weed, you know, like craft beer. Like, how about that? Like, let those IPAs and the super craft beer. We're not talking, you know, Miller Lite or Bud Light or anything like that. We're talking about the craft beer, you know, that are small fucking micro brews and shit like that. The shit that people pay a lot extra for, you know, and they gotta have like certain kinds. They need to have the certain hops or whatever. I don't even drink beer, but I'm just equating it. Like you would not talk to anybody about what you should buy craft beer wise if they did not drink craft beer. Like if they only drank fucking Bud Light or whatever, like you would not ask them their opinion on like different types of craft beers, you know. And see, Giants and motherfuckers pay $13 a beer here. So that's what I'm saying. And like if you're paying $13 a beer, just like if you're paying $60 an eighth, $50 an eighth, like whatever it is, like you want to get some insight from someone who's on that level. All right. I think we're gonna start the mock. Let me share it. Everybody ready? Everybody ready who's in? And Bake said facts every time I go to get high, gotta get high-end dispenser in LA or Vegas. It's always a dumbass who doesn't even smoke. Yeah, for sure. Bitch, I know more about these strains than you, and I don't even work here. I don't even work here. And it said, that's where I work, brother, and we sell a lot all the time. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Craft beer sucks. Hen dog. Rona, send the check. All right. Okay. Bakes, you ready? You're the only one with no green dot in there. Let me share the screen here. And actually I'll go make a little note. Yeah, we started talking so much. Almost forgot we were mocking. All right. Okay. Let me make a little note. Where are we at? 140, 40, 140, 50. All right. Let's get this mock draft going. Oh, you know what? Let me see if it'll let me pull this up on my phone real quick before I hit start. I hate using the computer for the mock drafts. There we go. Get up in there. We up in there. All right, here we go. Let's kick it off. CD Lamb, of course. Shane said Bakes says basically every dispensary everywhere for me. I'm educating managers. Hey, it's how it needs to be. But they need to have like they really need to like pay people to do that. Like that's what sucks is like they really do. They really need to be paying motherfuckers to like do this. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Where are we gonna go? I got the 12th pick. I wanted to see what it's like having the pick all the way at the end here. Mahomes, Hurts, Stroud, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Here we go. We got the humans over here now. Let's see where Crispy goes. Amon-Ra. It's definitely dropping down boards. Johnny said 12th pick has been dope this year. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of solid options down there. Huh. Well, I'll go Bijan for sure there. But where do we go after that? You know what? Let's try this. Let's try doubling up on the RBs. Let's see how this goes. And I got Saquon above Gibbs, one spot above Gibbs. There goes Lamar. He's debating on going for that QB there as well. Decided against it. We'll play some QB chicken here. Then Gibbs, Harrison, Nuka, Hookah, Burrow. And I got it set up for Tina said, damn you, Huss. Man, you ain't getting them. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. That's a long way. That's a long way to drop. That's one of the things that I do hate at the bookends. I mean, like Bijan, I mean, that was good value right there. But then like Saquon, I feel like I had to pay up for him, you know, right there. That's his fine line. And Bake said, man, this hustler format with double PPR got Gibbs right up there at the top 3. I mean, they're going to be throwing so much to Barkley. Why wouldn't they? I mean, that's a wide receiver in the backfield right there with one of the best lines in football. Do you remember how good Barkley was doing behind that shitty Giants line? Come on. Now he goes to one of the best lines in football. I'm gonna have a lot of Saquon this year because I mean, no one's valuing him as high as me. I don't think number 4, right? You know, the first guy right behind everyone's unanimous top 3. Saquon's definitely one of those guys I'm taking a shot on this year, just like Derrick Henry. He'll be another guy. Yeah, as we get farther and farther, like into these drafts, we're not gonna get cute. We're not gonna think that we're gonna get everybody like around later, especially when we're like building some of these guys up. And yeah, it is got to start making some stances. Oh, there goes Richardson at the 210. Oh, Laporta off the board. First tight end off the board. Prime said, who's the lead back in Washington? I feel like it's going to be Brian Robinson. Hold on. Caught a bullet in his goose. Had a party getting loose. Catch a bullet in your goose. But I think it's going to be a 1A, 1B like type of backfield, like most backfields are in the NFL right now. 1A, 1B. I feel like this is going to be one of the bigger ones for sure. Oh, there goes Caleb. Oh, look at that. Laporta and Kelsey back-to-back picks in the middle of the third in this tight end premium format. I had to get the Indy stack. I like it. I like it. Get it. Oh, shit. I'm on the clock now. Oh, this is ugly. This is ugly. Let me look at the board real quick. Glad we got a minute. I can take a second here. You know what? We're going to try this out, see how this works. We're going to go crazy here. We're going to start with 4 RBs, see how this works out. So going, I guess, 0. I don't know if this would be 0 QB, but this would definitely be a 0 wide receiver type of strategy. And then pushing off the QBs. I mean, we'll see how that goes. And shout out to everyone who subscribed to the YouTube channel. We're almost up to 5,100 subscribers. I'm going to throw the link in the chat just for the people on Facebook and Twitch. If you guys aren't subscribed on YouTube, hit it up. And yeah, we're growing often. We are growing often. We're almost at 5,100 subs. Football season back in the swing. Fantasy Sizzling said, been subscribed. You the man. And I like getting more people on Twitch right now. I mean, at least, you know, people could leave bits on Twitch and things like that. Got to get remonetized on YouTube. That's what I'm working towards building up to right now. And some bullshit, man. I mean, we got to wait until the middle of August to reapply for monetization. And yeah, I got to delete. Like, I'm just going to delete like all these damn videos. I'm just going to delete like all the live streams and all that with all the weed smoking. I got to make sure I'm going to remove all the descriptions and everything, kind of as much as whatever I could do. Because, man, we got to get remonetized on YouTube. Feel like there's so much money just being left on the table there. Glad I didn't pick a QB because I was debating on picking a QB right there. And look, only one QB taken so far. Round 5 is probably going to be one of those rounds. I mean, it always kind of is where QBs and Superflex start coming off the board. And it's because you may already have 1 to 2 running backs, 1 to 2 wide receivers, you know, whatever. And so if you've been waiting on a QB first or a second, it's usually when it happens. And look at our auto draft teams here. The team 5, Mahomes, Garrett Wilson, Laporta, and A-Chain, very well rounded. Team 8, 3 wide receivers, Jefferson, Puka, DJ Moore, and then ETN. And then round 9, team 9, Chase, Harrison Jr., Caleb, Olave. I mean, not too shabby. These auto drafted teams are gone really heavy on wide receiver. Johnny said 11 round 4 is too good to pass up. Yeah. He's solid. He's solid. I wonder how things change, though. I mean, Aaron Jones, I know he's not a bum, but you don't think Josh Jacobs is going to run it better than Aaron Jones? And does that have an impact on Jordan Love? Because like teams were stacking up so much against the box last year to like force Jordan Love to do it, and then he did it. But like now, I assume that teams aren't going to be stacking the box like as much as they were, because now he's already proved it. Now teams have to play him a little bit differently. It's not just stop the run and you'll stop Green Bay, because obviously that didn't work. Will said Aaron Jones, bum, because I traded him. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, I went 4 RBs just to see how this would kind of shape out. All right, here we go. Almost on me. See where Crispy and Justin go. And what is that? Pickle in the jar. Pickle in the jar. All right. Let's see. You know what? We're going to play QB chicken a little bit longer. We're just going to go with 2 wide receivers there. I don't know how happy I'd be with Zay Flowers and Mike Evans being my number 1 and 2, like wide receivers. I mean, this is a mock, so I mean, fuck the board talk. I mean, it's guys like Higgins, Pickens, Dell, Worthy, Addison, Cooper, Rice, Reed, Scary Terry. Those are the next guys up ADP wise. So, I mean, outside of Higgins, I feel like I'm winning with those 2 picks while waiting. And Giants said Evans is a wide receiver 1. I mean, he should be, right? Like, he should be. Then we got Pitts, Higgins, Daniels, Mark Andrews, Brock Bowers. Ron said, definitely want a piece of that Houston offense for sure. Fun. For sure. For sure. And I really feel like I want Diggs, like out of the 3. I mean, CJ Stroud, you're either going to get him or you aren't. Like, you got to get him high. But Diggs, I feel, is a guy. I mean, just look at that. I mean, he went middle of the 5th. You know, like, I mean, for me to get him there, I would have had to draft him at the 4-1. You know, just specifically where I am. But I've been seeing Diggs go in the 5th and the 6th, you know. I don't think I've ever seen a 4 RB build recently. So I got to hit on the wide receivers for sure. For sure. I mean, in these mocks, I like to do things extreme, because there's always people who are like, you know, what if I wait on the wide receivers? You know, what if I wait on the QBs in the super flex? What if I wait on the RBs in the super flex? Like, this is a good little experiment to show what's going to happen, what crop of guys. Will said Evans and Godwin are frustrating, yeah, to me. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, Evans, like, even though he may finish as a wide receiver 1, he's usually not a wide receiver 1 on a week-to-week basis. And then whenever he plays the Saints, he always fucking sucks. because he goes up against whatever the hell his name is. Why am I spacing on the cornerback's name who just owns Marshawn Lattimore, who just owns Mike Evans 2 games a year. Damn. Tino had to take Nick Chubb at the end of the 6th. Bro, taking the value out of him, homie. I don't need any more running backs in this draft, but let's not raise his ADP. Let's not raise that ADP more. Yeah. Let's see who's here. This is going to be a long round getting up to the end of the 7th. It's a solid middle tier depth coming. Tino said he raised his ADP, took 4 RBs. Oh, man. And Ronald said QB chicken's crazy, right? I know it's a mock draft, so things would happen a little bit different in a real draft, but I feel like QBs are going at like a good pace, like a normal pace. Like maybe they might be going a little bit higher in a super flex league, paid super flex league. Yeah, Will said 3 for 138 and 3 TDs one week, 1 catch for 3 yards the next week. Oh man, it sucks. Yeah, Johnny said this was a good one for QB chicken. Yeah, because there's still some good ones out there. There's still some good ones out there. And I know everyone's only drafting 2 good QBs, but that means you still have to get like 2 really good ones in the top 24, though. Like if you get number 23 and 24, that's still gonna, and which I might be on like right now. But those are like kind of shitty QBs, right? Let's see where Justin goes here. Pickle in a jar. Either way, I'm good. The 2 guys who got hurt last year, but let's lock them in, Cousins and Rodgers. And see, I feel good about that stack. Like, I mean, that would be like a B grade for me, with the QBs, maybe a B- with the QBs because of injury, risk. But I'd be okay with that. Oh, man, see, Pickle in a jar got Danny Pesos. He did it just to troll me, I bet. Because there's still Baker Mayfield, Stafford, Watson. Oh, man. Will said Watson and Carr or Rodgers. Yeah, and seeing like I think I'd rather have the upside of Cousins and Rodgers and the divisions that they're in compared to Watson's division. Like that's the worst thing that Watson has going for him is the division that he plays in. And Tino says that's perfect for waiting for QBs, right? Like I'd be super stoked if things played out this way and I could wait. I don't really like the wide receivers, but I'm sure everybody's going to be like snatching up, wide receivers or late. Well, it's either wide receivers or running backs the rest of the way, unless you don't have your 2 QBs, which there's only a couple who don't. So you can grab both rookies behind them in free agency if you got roster spots for security for sure. Yeah, those are decent QBs you got. Definitely. I mean, yeah, definitely higher middle of the road like type of QBs, but it's crazy how late they go as well. Let's see how many QBs went before I picked 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got them as QBs 18 and 19. QBs 18 and 19. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. It's the ones who wait. I mean, everybody got lucky that Danny Pesos got taken as one of the 24 QBs because he definitely doesn't deserve to be taken as one of the top 24 QBs. And everyone gets graded a little bit harsher in the mock drafts for sure. Because we only have a certain amount of positions, certain amount of rounds. So you have to make those 10 picks count. You can't fucking, you can't just wait, and like it's not like a real league where you can wait and get some bench depth that might be able to make up for your starters. This one you have to have solid starters all around. And Will said people are sleeping on Cousins this year. He'll be top 12 or higher. I believe he could get back to that. I believe he can get back to that. Especially like having a guy like Bijan, literally dump it off to him, he could run for 50. Like, so, yeah, I mean, I like the outlook of Cousins. It's the injury risk. Like, that's what it is. Like, the injury risk is baked into his price for sure. So I love that Lawrence, Brian Thomas stack very much. Hell yeah. Let me see. Where's your squad? They got Brian Thomas at the end of the 8th. Not too shabby. Yeah. And then Lawrence in the 6th. I mean, that's good value. I've seen him been going in the 4th through the 6th. So yeah, I mean, there's QBs going a little bit later, and it's probably, I mean, you look at some of the like the one specific team with what's it called? Well, now they have 2 QBs. Reading some of the chat over here. And one of the best balls that's going. I was gonna take on the last pick of mine, but more fun to troll right after you took your old guys. I like it. I like it. He had me call it out like right as soon as that happened. I even said, "Oh, he did it to troll me." Oh fuck! I'm trolling myself right now because I'm on the fucking clock. All right, here we go. Lucky we had the minute. Oh man, it's fucking ugly at this point. Damn, it's ugly all around. It's so ugly that I'm gonna pick Deontay Johnson. That's how fucking ugly it is. Now I got a minute though. All right, let's see. Man, this sucks. I feel like because he's going to start going right here, I'm going to just start making a stance on him and making sure that I snipe you fucking Cowboy fans with Zeke. All right. I hate my wide receivers, and I don't hate my wide receivers. I like Zay Flowers. I just don't want him as number 1. Tito said, "Damn, you got him, got him." And Crispy, that's who I was debating on, DeAndre Hopkins. It was between Zeke, Hopkins, and Warren, actually. But I knew I'd get a reaction out of someone taking Zeke right there, because that's where he's been going. He's been going right at the end, like last flex spot, first bench spot for people for sure. He said Pickle was quick as hell to take Leggett. For Dynasty, sure. Redraft, I don't know. I'm probably not going to have any rookies on my team for redraft again this year. And it's just because certain rookies are just hyped up like so much and you got to pay up for them. And like, I've seen it happen in leagues where like people pay up for like a Nick Chubb, for example, you know, when he was a rookie. And like, I remember I played in 8 leagues that year. It's my best free agent pickup of all time. And everybody dropped Nick Chubb in like, I don't know, week 5, week 6, like something around there. And like whenever Carlos Hyde got traded, I remember I got it on my phone. This was when I subscribed to all the everybody on Twitter. Like if you were a fantasy, like a football beat reporter or Adam Scheffner, all those motherfuckers. And then I saw like multiple tweets. Carlos Hyde is traded. Carlos Hyde is traded. Carlos Hyde is traded. I dropped everything. I like went to my phone, picked him up in all 8 leagues in like drop of a dime. And I was totally ready. It was like the fire drill that I was fucking ready for, because I have all my leagues. I had all my 8 leagues in order of importance from like top to bottom. So I literally, first one, get him. First one, second one, get him. Third one, get him. Fourth one, get him. Fifth one, get him. And I got him all the way. And it was awesome. It's such an awesome feeling. And like, it happens, man. People don't get, including myself. That's why I just don't pick them. People don't give rookies the time that they need a lot of times, because like, especially if it's a small bench, we got to make moves, man. We got to make moves. And like, usually those rooks are like, last guy on your bench, like type thing. And Carolina offense undervalued for the most part. Yeah, for sure. Because they don't deserve to be valued too much. Like, they deserve to be valued as one of the worst offenses in the league. That's how they've got to be valued. He said, I'm rightly so. And Fantasy Sizzling says, I really like my squad. All right, let's go with some grades. Everyone ready for some grades? We'll start at number 1 and we'll just work our way up or down, I guess, whatever. Okay, so we'll start with Tino. And this is how I grade like the different types of leagues that we do. We grade it by position. And people were dropping Gibbs in redraft after 4 weeks last year. I mean, I'm saying, not every league, but it happens. It happens. In one of my leagues, there was a 1-for-1 deal, Ridley for Deontay Johnson. That didn't make sense to me. Wash and preference deal. Yeah, for sure. And when it comes to trades for me, I will rarely, if ever, trade a wide receiver for a wide receiver, or a running back for a running back, or a quarterback for a quarter. It makes zero sense. It's a trade just to trade because you like someone. And unless the person who you're trading with is an absolute idiot, like, you know what? There was someone who was an absolute idiot when I made a trade. This is Herbert's rookie year. And it's before Herbert like really broke out. I traded Jared Goff for Herbert in a 3 QB league straight up, because the dude was a Rams fan and he didn't even like Herbert like that. Like, I don't know. He just had him and drafted him with like one of his last like picks or whatever, and won a championship in in that 3 QB league that year. And shout out to Herbert helping us get there. All right, here goes Tino. CD Lamb, the Lamb of God. Devontae Adams, Hollywood. Godwin. Oh man, Mike Williams, seriously, in the 10th round, seriously, there's nobody that was better than Mike Williams. I bet I could pull this up and find someone who was better. Oh, motherfucker, can't. Let me see. It's showing me. Dubs. I'd rather have Dubs than Mike Williams. I'd rather have Polk than Mike Williams. I'd rather have Lockett than Mike Williams. Dude, I know it's the 10th round, but I'd rather have Curtis Samuel over Mike Williams. He said, I don't think I got any other player that doesn't average more than 15 a game, but I'm judging you off all 10 picks. All 10 picks. He said Mike Williams is going to ball, bro. Jets really only got Brees and Wilson. Maybe, but he doesn't stay healthy. He always gets hurt. Always. Like, he's like the tall Will Fuller. Like, that's who he's like. The tall Will Fuller, for sure. Or William Fuller the fourth, whatever you know him as. Mike Williams is definitely dropping the score a little bit. Definitely dropping the average here. Probably not much though. But I think this would be a B+. And yeah, Mike Williams, he's bringing down the average. It could have been an A. Could have been an A or an A- with no Mike Williams. He's bringing it down that far. It's down to a B+. Dak and Tua. Also, like, yeah, I gotta give that a B+. Henry, Nick Chubb, Gus Edwards. I'll give that a B-. I'll give that a B-. Tita said no, you just hate the Chargers. Does Mike Williams get hurt every single year? Yes or no? Yes or no? Has he been hurt every single year? Just said, who doesn't hate him? Exactly. They suck. Like you want to think that they're good, and then they get hurt. It sucks. It sucks. So 2 B pluses and a B minus. That's like fringing on. We're going with the lower scale, and we're going with the B. It was going to be a B plus, so we're going to go with the B. We're going to go with the B for Tino. Ron's team: Tyreek Hill, Nico, Pickens. I hate Pickens. He doesn't play for the Chargers. And Brian Thomas Jr. I got to grade it down a little bit because of Pickens and Brian Thomas Jr. But man, I mean, Tyreek and Nico, they just help like raise the average like so much. Tino said, y'all are tripping. I won this shit. I never lost to any of you. Oh man. I'm gonna give it a B. Pickens and Brian Thomas are bringing it down for me. I'm gonna give it a B. For the running backs, Kyren, Kamara, Corum, and Moss. Corum ruins it. You probably didn't have to draft him there. I just wouldn't have, because he's a backup running back. And it makes the running backs look weak. It makes your flex spots look weak when you have Corum in there. I'm gonna give that. I know, but you don't need that. But this is just starters, though. Like these 10 are just starters. I'm not saying you wouldn't have picked him with bench depth. Like this is these mock drafts, this one specifically, and I guess I should have said it before. I mean, but this is an exercise to draft your 10 best players possible, to get your 10 best starters in there, because we're not being judged off of depth. We're being judged off of the top heaviness. So that, I guess I should have said that before. Yeah, I'm giving it a B minus. I'm giving it a B minus for the Corum and the Moss. But yeah, you're doing the right thing. He just would have been drafted later. Like, because I don't think anybody drafts him in the 9th round. Like, I mean, there's not even too many running backs that really got taken like after that. So that's all I'm saying. You could have literally picked anybody else besides Corum with the intent, to like take Corum with the bench, So let's see. So, and then Kyler and Trevor. That's a solid B. I do like Kyler and I do like Trevor. I feel they both have a lot to prove this year. They really do. And they've proved things in the past, but Trevor Lawrence got to prove that he's the most, that he is worth being the most expensive, QB and player, Well, I guess it's not the most expensive player. Well, yeah, he is most expensive player per year. How about that? So what do we have? So we have, what did I say? A B minus, and a B. I mean, that's fringing on the B minus B. And I just said we're going to take the lower scale of it. So we'll give this one a B minus. And the B minus, that's like 80 through 84. And then, 80 through 83. And then, what up, Derek? We just got done mocking. We did a little quick mock. Yeah. So we're going through the grades right now. And dang it. Yep, you missed it. We'll start getting more of these. We didn't even have a full thing, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays we can mix mock drafts. Like in here, we're gonna be here for hour and a half, 2.5 hours, something. We can keep mixing in these mocks, get people coming in on the morning shows, knowing that we're gonna get a quick 10-round mock. And because everybody wasn't, because we had a couple auto spots, I made it a minute. Ended up working out better for me, or I would have autoed at the end. All right, Fantasy Sizzlings, I'll definitely join these. So every I mean, shit, if there's enough people, I mean, yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let's keep that a thing. The morning show on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is a fantasy Q&A, session for the most part. We'll plan on getting 1 to 2 mocks in. I mean, shit, if everybody, if everyone wants to mock again, we don't have to do the grades. We could just mock again. Didn't take long. Only 10 rounds, and we have multiple auto picks in there, so those, but yeah, just keep it on your calendar. I mean, every Monday through Friday we have a morning show going. The show on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday it ends up, you know, we try to talk sports news, and that's mainly what it's going to be. As you know, I mean, training camp starting next week, but Tuesday and Thursday is going to be a Q&A session. All right, let me set up the next one. I'll just put up the big board here so everybody can see, and I'll go set up another one real quick. Yeah, because they run quick. They run quick. All right, and this one, go for an ugly spot. And let's see if it kept everything the same. Yep, kept everything the same. So hop in, pick a spot. We're not going to be randomizing it or anything. So pick the spot that you want to draft out of. And I'll leave this board up until we get more people. So join Derek. Join up, Derek, if you got time. Yeah, bong rip. Let's go. Mock. Let's go. Let's get it. He said I got some bigger cash dynasty draft starting up. Nice. Pig said, I know my team's an A++. Man, the Kelsey Kincaid, not too shabby. And not too bad on waiting on Gino. Yeah, Tino, we're gonna do one more. Join up. Choose the spot that you want to draft out of. We're not gonna shuffle. I just posted the link. And yeah, let's all start telling our friends about this. Tuesday, Thursday, Q&A session / mock drafts in the morning mocks. And depending on how many people show up, I mean, yeah, we just won't do grades. And we just won't do grades, and we can go through them quicker. And then that'll be more of a reason to be on the show as well, just so you could be a part of it. Because yeah, we'll have the spots where we're not the auto drafting spots. We'll have those spots in there still. I'll try this one, Hero QB. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep trying like different things as well. Like this one, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it went. I mean, I got Bijan and Saquon, and it kind of just took from there. So we'll see how this happens. And the gradings too said you can do some soft grades while people prep for the next one. Yeah. So fantasy sizzling, man. I mean, I would grade down the C for the QBs. Running backs, chef's kiss, solid enough. Yeah, we'll do that while we're filling it up. So it won't be the full grades, but we'll go through it kind of quick. I do like your wide receivers though. I feel like that's like the core of your team. It's probably like a B- squad. Like right here. I like it though. Not the QBs. I hate the QBs. But probably like a B- squad for fantasy sizzling. Here goes Johnny. He said, you give me an A+++. So, I mean, Allen and Love, I mean, that's nice. Very nice. I mean, that's a B+ or an A-. Taylor, Zamir White, and Pollard. That's pretty solid. That's like a solid B, maybe even a B+. London, Cup, Cooper, and Watson. That's like a solid B. Yeah, I think this one's just a B all around. A B all around. Yeah, fancy sizzling. Not the biggest fan of the QBs. They could do good for sure. They could do good. All right, join up. No, Derek, we're gonna do it, and we're just gonna have the auto. Those teams are just gonna get autoed. We're only doing 10 rounds, so there won't really be anything like off the wall as far as like ADP goes. So we're gonna do another one. Last time it wasn't completely full either. Like you look at this one, we had 4 spots that didn't get filled. There's 5 open spots right now. So we'll wait like 2 or 3 more minutes, see if anybody else gets in. And then if not, we'll just keep it the way that it is right now. Bakes, Hurts, and Smith. I mean, I like that. Redraft, Derek. Treat it as redraft. And don't draft any handcuffs or anything. This is 10 starters. This is an exercise to see who can draft the best 10 starters overall. That's what we're looking for. Best 10 starters overall. Super flex. Yeah, super flex. tight end premium, even though there's no tight end spot. So you are not you're not obligated to get it. Let's see. Man, I mean, your wide receivers and pass catchers are money. It's your running backs, right? I mean, I'll give that a B minus, maybe even a C plus for the running backs. But I feel like this is a solid B, like as well. I mean, it's got its weaknesses, like everywhere else, but yeah, I mean, Gino, that's pretty solid for waiting. For Crispy, I like the QBs for waiting the way that he did. Running backs, I really like your running backs. Man, Crispy, his team's all around. Like Crispy might have had the best team so far, like most well-rounded team, and maybe top heaviest 10. Pickle in a jar. Running backs are shaky. I definitely wouldn't have Benson inside the top 10 rounds, not in redraft. I mean, I know you did the Danny Pesos to troll me. You get an F for trolling, though. F for trolling. And then the wide receivers. I mean, Leggett, that's not someone that I'd be getting. And also, I think Rome, I just feel like you got to get him too early. Like, got to get him way too early to get the number 3. Like, you know, preseason number 3, like on the team, as far as like pass catchers go. For dynasties, a little bit different, but for redraft, what we're doing right here, I feel like this is like a B minus squad, maybe even a C plus, because it's like your last 3 picks. They could have been way better. They could have been way better. Said F for trolling. Damn. I'm not biased at all, but my team's definitely the best. And let's see how mine turned out. I mean, obviously, hold on.
Well, obviously,
I have the best core of running backs, but I took like 4 of them with my first pick. So like, I really don't like my wide receivers. I said that. I wouldn't want Zay Flowers or Mike Evans to be my number 1 and 2. I don't even want Deontay Johnson, but I felt like I had to get some kind of wide receiver like in there. And it was either Johnson or DeAndre Hopkins. And like, I don't know, it's like pick your poison of like shittiest quarterback in the league as of right now. And then a Cousins and Rodgers, like that's like a B or a B minus, no matter how you shape it up. But yeah, I mean, for this one, I'd grade mine like super critically on the wide receivers. And if this was a B minus B team, you know, if we're taking the low end, that would mean that this would be a B minus team because of those wide receivers. At least the way that I'd be grading it. You know, so I don't like drafting like how Huss did unless it's dynasty. Well, fuck. I mean, I wouldn't be drafting. I wouldn't want to be drafting like my team in dynasty. I picked all running backs. I definitely wouldn't want to do that. So dynasty, not a bad strategy, especially after the second or third year. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would have a lot of potential, like initially, but man, I mean, the 2 old quarterbacks, all the running backs, like man, that's like the exact opposite way that I would be that I'd be wanting to draft. Oh shit, check this out. Russell Westbrook expected to agree to a buyout to join the Nuggets after a trade from the Clippers to the Jazz. Interesting. Oh, and don't forget, guys, we got a best ball draft today. Let me throw the link in real quick. Join the best ball drafts. They are only $10, $11 per team. If you have Zelle, you send $10, but they're $11 per team. These drafts have been super fun. Oh, Noble in the house. Oh man, it's almost noon. That's why he's awake. Don't give me the people's eyebrow, bro. Noble just always wants to give me the people's eyebrow. Try to establish the dominance. Hey, Rodgers can't play until he's 50.
No.
Noble was messing around last night. I told
me I have to do 500 push-ups for the old phone and the Steam Deck and the PlayStation.
Yep, he was up partying all night till like midnight, 1 o'clock or something like that, when he was supposed to be in bed like 2 hours before that. And his punishments are push-ups now. His punishment / consequences are push-ups now, and he's been doing 100 and been doing them really good. But now I told him, I was like, if you don't go to sleep, I'm gonna come back in here and check on you. And if you're not asleep,
how was I supposed to know at like 1 you were coming to come?
Because I said it's gonna be a random time. It's gonna be a random time that I come check on you. And he was up partying still. And so now he's got to do 500 push-ups to get access to stuff.
I was reading.
He wasn't reading.
Yes,
He was watching TV.
I was looking at you like super scared.
Peace out. Hey, don't give me that people's eyebrow, bro.
You gotta give it to me if you want.
All right, there we go. We got even more people. Everybody ready? Everybody ready? We'll start this as soon as I see all the green dots. As soon as I see all the green dots in there, we will start. Let me pull up. Bless you, Noble. All right, Tina, let's see. Pickle in the jar. All right, here we go. We'll still keep with the 1 minute. We'll still keep with the 1 minute time limit, since we have 25% of the draft on auto. And they didn't do that bad like last time. Yeah, like see, like Allen would be going 103. Definitely could. We've seen him go a little lower, but it's usually around where he's going. All right. Let's get a weed smoking song going. Let's see where Crispy goes right in front of me. The golful one. I'm going Derrick Henry. We're not fucking around. Not fucking around here. Where we go. We're not even giving anybody a chance to get him before me. I'll be the one to take him in the third. Yeah, we're definitely getting more of a QB heavy vibe in this one for sure. Fantasy says, and I like your team so far a lot. I mean, I like it, right? I mean, no QBs. And a real, if this was a real draft, I mean, we might have people already taking a third QB by now. And that's the only thing is with this one, we don't have the can't draft more than two. Well, I mean, you can draft more than 2 QBs, but it's going to be ugly in certain spots. Oh, shit. Get over here. I had to go add the taxi squads in one of the leagues that just finished drafting. Yeah, this one's kind of tough. It really is, but yeah, I think I like the running backs right here a little bit more than the wide receivers, at least in round 4, what I was looking at specifically. All right. Let's get another song going. And Giants said, forgot this wasn't best ball and took the Tua Tyreek stack. I mean, doesn't matter if it's best ball or not. Like, that's a good stack either way. All right. You know what? The guy who I was already thinking about drafting in the last round, he's still there. So let's get T-Law. There we go. I feel good about that, getting T-Law in the 6th round. I don't know how often T-Law is going to drop to the 6th round, though. Johnny said sniped for Ken Walker for sure. I mean, he lasted long, right? You look at only 4 running backs went in between when I took Jacobs and Walker in the 4th and the 5th. Like, that was crazy. And teams that need running backs, like, as well. So it ended up just working out, like, really good. Yep, and there goes Higgins. It was T-Law or Higgins who I was on. And, yeah, I didn't even see that Flowers got taken, but he was another one that I was thinking who would be nice to have as, like, a number 3. Yeah, see, a lot nicer having Flowers, even on Ron's team. Flowers as a number 3 versus a number 1. Like, yeah, that's way better. Way better. Let's see. What other songs we got in here?
Right now, this is Mac Miller with my homie Tree J. You know what I'm saying? It's 420. Piff jar, baby. He's getting me fucked up, high as hell. Right now, so much weed in my lungs. I'm really high. It's like a fucking movie. Except
Tino loves the chubby one.
Thank you, Tree J.
I like it. I like Nick Chubb also.
Man, you kids got some other stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Sound like a weed anthem right here. And if you say I make too many weed songs, I say you don't smoke
You
enough
don't smoke
weed.
enough weed.
Bitch. Aha.
Let's get high. Let's get high. 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 Smoke it up. Let's get high. Get high. Get high. Get high. Get high.
I'm trying to get lifted. Are you with it? Cause you ain't ever been this high before. I'ma light my weed, inhale then blow that smoke. Got a bag full of good, we can talk, no air balloon, but let's float. We way up in the clouds, dancing on the stars. Keep breaking it down, then rolling up cigars. Paper for blunt, let's roll it. Vaporizer, bong, let's roll it. So gone, I'm feeling homesick. This chronic, so explosive. I'm so high, so high.
What up, Marty?
And I ain't coming down. Let's get high.
You're rocking with my nigga.
Man, this pick is ugly. We'll go Cooper. I really wanted Kirk. Crispy had to take him right in front of me.
How do I spell this? How do I spell this?
Nah, Marty, we're mocking right now. We're mocking right now. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're gonna start the fantasy Q&A sessions. We're also gonna start doing a couple mocks as well. That's gonna be a new thing. We just started it today. We're continuing it all through August, at least for the next month.
I just find a key, and he know where all the vinyls be. So he be making all kinds of beats, and when I find my tree, I'ma roll it up. Never ever gonna sober up. If you wanna come show some love, just smoke my drugs. Hey.
Marty said for sure. Let's get it. Oh yeah. Right. Jordan Love, Jaden Reed stack. It's not too shabby. It's not too shabby. Yeah, and the Giants and Dynasty, I love it. Yeah, I don't know for redraft. I do like Jordan Love, but I do think his production is not gonna propel as much as everybody thinks that it is, because now teams are a little bit more onto him. It's gonna be like his sophomore season in the NFL, legit. And there could be some downs as well as ups. But yeah, Jaden Reed, I don't know. I think I'd rather have Dubs, and you get Dubs for free pretty much. I think I'd rather just wait and have Dubs. So Tuesdays and Thursdays. And yeah, I didn't really change the title, but we'll start changing the title up here to Morning Mock. And Giants, I was debating between him and Moss. I think Moss could be a sneaky one this year, top 12 RB. I don't know about top 12 RB, but I mean, for one of the dynasty leagues, I hope so, because I was looking at a trade where I got Minshew and Zach Moss last year, and both guys have only gone up in value since I got them. And like that trade was like a desperation trade, like last year. Why are people so sleeping on Evan Ingram, 140 targets last year? I think it's Christian Kirk and like a lot of T-Law hate, like out there as well. Tito's out making a big stand on Big Mike, or making a stand on Big Mike. That shit's hilarious. Man, Mike Williams sucks. He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. He always does. He's always does. I'm not wishing injury upon anybody. Like, I'm the last person who wishes injury upon like any of these players. He just always gets hurt. Like, that's what it is. It's what it is. All right, let's zoom in a little bit here. Giants said Ingram hurt people back in the day on the Giants. Many have not forgiven. Yeah, but I mean, things have been different. I mean, he, like, the first year that he was there with the Jags and he was like a free agent, because nobody was like, nobody picked him that year. He was like a free agent, and killed it. He hasn't done that since. Like, let me go look at what his actual previous stat lines were. Let's see. It's the four touchdowns. That's why people probably hate him. What the fuck? Dude, all right, hold on. I think Noble's just playing around. He rang the doorbell out there. I was like, who the fuck is at the door right now? And then I see Noble's curly ass hair. He's just playing around. Noble shenanigans. All right, let's see. T-Law likes his tight ends. Yeah, for sure. Fancy sizzling. Just call me the Commanders. Who do you have on the Commanders? Oh, Daniels, Eckler, Scary Terry. I like it. She said, oh shit, he learned ding dong ditch. He has this little Noble shenanigans, man. Let's see. Man, pickle in a jar. Bryce Young. Oh man. I mean, nobody picked Danny Pesos. You could have picked him, and at least you would have got a point. That at least it looks like trolling. Oh man, yeah, I don't like that as a second QB. The other spots of this I like. Nervous about Javonte Williams for sure. Yeah, but it's like a solid B though. Tino, let's see how it all shaped out. Oh man, he's getting downgraded for the running backs for sure, and for Mike Williams. But man, everything else though is really nice. It's really nice. I mean, that it's probably like a B plus squad, like all around. But the running backs are really bringing it down though. Let's see for fantasy sizzling. I get nervous about Jaden Daniels. I mean, right? Might have said Chubb and Gus. Yeah. That's where he was getting graded down from. Everything else, I mean, it was really nice. And pickle in a jar Justin said, I'll put money on Bryce if anyone wants. What are the terms? Like, what do you mean put money on them? Like, as what? Like stats wise, fantasy points, like what are we talking here? Yeah, see, Giant just said to do what though? Exactly. We got to figure out what it would entail. Better fantasy year. Better fantasy year than who? Himself last year? Like, I mean, if he's only being compared to himself last year, oh yeah, almost. Better fantasy points than Danny Dimes. Oh man, I'm not putting money on either one of those guys to like do better than one another. But yeah, I'm with you. Like I don't know who would really take that bet. Yeah, this team is good though. Feel like it's a little too early on Brandon Ayuk. Especially look, I guess like no receivers got taken like in the third round, really. You could have still had a yeah. I mean, you could have got Brandon Ayuk for sure at the 3-4. I don't know if anybody would have taken him before that. I mean, I like this team. It has some weaknesses though. I mean, I'm kind of just looking at it as a whole, and I feel like it's like B minus B, like somewhere in there. Marty said Bryce Young over under is 3,200 yards this year. I'd take the over, but wouldn't feel good about it. Yeah.
So if you get an F, you win.
That's what Crispy says. If you get an F, you win.
It's probably you get an A. Probably.
That's noble logic. All right.
After that school, you have to get.
Derek squad, CD Lamb, Evans, Lockett. Pretty solid. It's pretty solid. Nothing amazing, but solid. And CD Lamb's amazing though. Gibbs, A-Chain, Harrison Stevenson. And then Purdy and Cousins. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I feel like this is a solid B, like right here. I mean, fringing on a B plus. Oh wait, and Evan Ingram. And it, you know what? Because you have Evan Ingram in there, and I was kind of there wasn't much QB, or I mean QB, wide receiver depth. But yeah, you know what? That's gonna be we're gonna give that a B plus.
Fantasy sizzling.
Crispy. But Chuba throws the TDs on the option play, right? Let's see. Jackson and Goff is nice. Barkley, Cook, Mostert, Zeke. That's a solid running back core. Not amazing, but Barkley and Cook bringing up the average for sure. And Cup, Higgins, Cook, and Dubs. That's solid. That's solid. It's not amazing, but it's very solid. Yeah, I feel like this is a B squad for Crispy. And it might even be fringing on a B plus. Just really good all around. Really good all around. I feel like I did. Hold on, dude. Hold on. You're moving the board. Hold on.
I didn't finish.
You're moving the board. I had to move it back. So I like this team better than the last one. for sure. Way more well-rounded. I felt like I got two really good QB. Puka, Pittman, Flowers, Reed, and Watson. I feel like I'd grade it down for having Reed and Watson there, because both guys are starters here. And then Love and Mayfield, that's not too bad. I mean, Baker should be a QB2, and Love's proven that he's a QB1. That's for sure. Feel like this is also like a B squad right here. Like, it's not like super top heavy in any like areas. I mean, it's really well rounded. And I'm grading down a little bit for having Reed and Watson on there.
Yeah.
Finish the comment.
No. No, please.
Okay. All right. And there we have it. Ron said a lot of Packers. Would you dare start them both? I know that I have in like out of desperation in times, bye weeks or injuries or whatever, but I mean, not out of the gate. I wouldn't be looking to start them out of the gate. As two starters on my squad. Not right away. I'd say pick and choose one. Because you want to see what they do. Like, things are going to be different from last year to this year, and you want to see how they're working. I mean, we still have training camp and preseason and all that to go. So we still have a lot that's going to help me shape, really help all of us shape our, shape our decisions a little bit more on some of these guys. Yeah, Fancy Sizzling said you hate my vision. That shit's funny. I don't hate the vision. It's a solid squad, but yeah, things would be a little bit different. And just, I guess I feel like you missed out on like a better player getting Ayuk in the second when you didn't have to. But if we're really just gonna pick Ayuk and Kyren anyways, He said B- because can't tell if he doesn't like my grade scheme, making me worry. I mean, either way, a B- is an 80 to an 83. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Like, I know that anybody who hangs around us, you're not going to draft like a dumbass, and like, that's really what it comes down to. I feel like to get like really, really good grades, like, A-, shit like that, which I don't even think I've ever given out. It's like, we have to have half a league of dumbasses to be able to do that, because like, even look here, like, I mean, the drafts aren't even that bad that the auto drafts like had. I mean, they went QB early in this super flex. They were kind of setting the tone for like the QBs, and then one person only got, I mean, one of the auto drafted teams only got one QB. So that, I mean, they kind of screwed themselves there. But yeah. What did I say? Yeah, he had and had way better defenses too. He won me the offense only number one last year, though. Lost Herbert and Cousins, and he really came through when he had Hopkins, Fitz, and Kirk. But that wasn't for that long, though. That wasn't for that long. It wasn't. All right. One more bowl, and then we're going to get out of here. Before we do, though, shout out the producers of the show. You guys are the shit. All of our 420 crew Patreon members, our all access members, our elite members, our superstar members, and then of course all of our ultimate members who are subscribed in multiple places. Appreciate you guys. And if you want to become a producer of the show, you get signed up at 420crew.com. A lot of things come with the different perks, but you want to be on the superstar tier or higher, and you will be mentioned as a producer on all of the shows and the end credits. Johnny said that was fun. I got a boring ass meeting out of the way too. There we go. Yeah, every Tuesday and Thursday. Saturdays have kind of turned into a Q&A day as well, so we may just start doing mock drafts. Feel like on all the Q&As we could just mix in mock drafts, because until we start really ramping up on like the questions and stuff, but really build the hype behind the mock drafts and people who are paying attention on YouTube like around this time. So yeah, I think even the show, it's going to be ask your fantasy questions and mock draft with us. Rounds, I appreciate the mock drafts, man. Shout out to Devin the Dude and the Golden Goat. Hell yeah, man. It's so funny that you brought up the Golden Goat. I legit haven't smoked it since. That was the only time that I ever smoked Golden Goat, and it was very short-lived time, but it led to greatness. Led to greatness. It was so good that I think they even wrote about the Golden Goat in like High Times or like something around the same time. I don't even know if it was the same thing, same strain specifically, but it was fire. He said, as last resort or injury matchups, it's a way I'd look, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. There's going to be more rounds drafted. The drafts, they just set the tone for what your season is going to be. We're all making moves from week to week. If you're not making moves from week to week, you're either growing or you're dying. And if you're resting on your laurels, you either have an amazing team from top to bottom and you can't drop anybody, or you're not being proactive. And we got to be proactive around here. It's the only way we win. Got to be proactive. We got to be thinking weeks and weeks and weeks ahead. And Marty said, he said, same, it's interesting. He said, especially in Hustlers best ball leagues. Yeah, those have been super fun. We have over 1,000 teams in right now, guys. Over 1,000 teams. This is the biggest year by far. As he says, the we W'd. Jameis Winston, so fucking goofy. I expect Worthy, A-Rod, and Saquon to skyrocket after training camp. Maybe I'll be first rounders. Even Worthy. I mean, Worthy is getting some crazy buzz when it's Patrick Mahomes talking about you. His word is gold, right? His word is gold. Ben Sizzons said that was amazing. Man, I know everybody remembers that. Jameis Winston, Hard Knocks. 2014, I think. 2013, whatever it was. He said, I bet we could do two a days in August, 125 divisions. I bet there'll be certain days that we could. Once these leagues start filling faster, I'll start doing 2. That's what it is. It comes down to it. Like, I'm pretty much, the ones this week, like right at the end. That's why we got to get friends. We got to start inviting friends. All the redraft people are coming around now. So we got to start telling friends like about it. It's only $11 to get in. The IDP aspect of it is not hard at all because you only have to have 5 starters. And that's only $11. It's only $11. I'm going to throw it in the chat again. I know some people joined because I saw some people come in. And it's going to be at 6 p.m. today. 6 p.m. West Coast time. Join up. The bylaws are in the pinned comments. The way you pay are in the pinned comments. But yeah, you guys, you want to be a part of this. And right now, 100 division. Well, we haven't made it to 100 divisions. We're drafting division number 88 today. But we're getting close. And we're definitely going to get to 100 divisions. But once we get to 100 divisions, there's going to be 50 teams that are going to be in the money. And then the top 2, 3,800 for first place, 1,200 for second place. And then as we get higher and higher, when we get to 125 divisions, it's going to be 4,600 for first place, 1,500 for second place, and it's going to be paying all the way up to 63 spots. If we make it up to 150 divisions, I mean, it'd be tough. But if we do, it's going to be 5,400 for first place, 1,800 for second place, 900, 700, and paid all the way out to 75. Paying all the way out to 75. Fantasy Sizzling Winston's an icon. I'll forever remember him eating the W's. Yeah. Stealing the crab legs and eating W's. Crispy said, man, I was busy. That's an A team. It's all right. And Fantasy Citizen said, man, ads are crazy on Twitch. Yeah, man, I tried to turn them off. I don't know what I know if you subscribe, you can subscribe with Amazon Prime for free. So if you have Amazon Prime and you're not using your free Twitch subscription, you get a free Twitch subscription. Use it on me. Then I still get paid, and then you don't have to watch the ads. Yeah, and it's like we can't there's just like no way to turn them all the way off. And even now, I think it like puts the screen in like a small corner, you know, like on the NFL, how they do that. And I said, Fro, you got to be subbed up or you get fucked. Yeah, and it's like it's weird. It's weird how they do it, but I swear it's like how they like on sports, how like they'll have the commercial break, but it's like you still see the screen of whatever it is, like at some part like of it. At least I've seen that on other Twitch like streams. I don't know if it looks that way when I don't know if it works that way on my channel. But yeah, sub up. They said, now you're good. He said they just hit you with really long ones. That's exactly what it is. Okay. Yeah, because obviously I'm not watching. I have the show up on YouTube, like on the side, but I don't have it up on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But yeah, sub up. We appreciate you. And if you're subbed up on like Twitch and on like Patreon, you end up going to the ultimate members if you're subbed up on more than one platform. All right, one more bowl, and then we're getting out of here. I like this. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. Those are going to be the days where we're doing fantasy Q&A in the morning-ish time, and we're mixing in the mock drafts. So everybody who's here right now, just remember those days. We're always live. We're always live every morning, so just make sure you get here Sunday mornings during the season. Hella Q&A. You want to be a paid member on the platform on Patreon, because you're going to get extra like ways of communicating. And fantasy sizzling, hitting with the stone cold. I know. How's it sound? Sound choppy? Heard bong rip and ran to stone cold. Here we go. Bong hit.
Let me hit that bong.
This trip, Daddy. So put the pipe and smoke it. That perfect time. Don't start a little puff give in this motherfucker. I'm about to show y'all who the real Puff Daddy is.
Woo! Woo! All right, we'll be back. We got our best ball draft tonight at 6 p.m. West Coast time. We'll be back. Come draft. Come ask your questions. Come smoke. Same Stone Cold time. Same Stone Cold channel. Peace out, everybody.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the, 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 y'all don't really